start the intro. Oh no, yes I do. Okay, fine, I'm good. I haven't done it in a while.
So professional. We are so professional.
We haven't done it, like, I haven't started in a while, I think. Hey, no, what do you say? Hi everyone! Let me start again. Okay.
Okay.
Pressure, sorry. Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to the Best Friends Club Podcast. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Fizz.
And my name is Charlotte. Welcome back.
Welcome. Welcome back. This is our first episode post gaming channel revival.
It
Um,
is.
yeah.
We're in a post-gaming
And
channel revival universe right now.
yeah, it's been great. Hasn't it been, like, the energy has been so great
It's been off
since
the
then.
charts.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's not just the gaming channel that provides this, it's like, it's everything.
Just everything. It's buzzing. The energy's buzzing. It's fantastic. Yeah, so they've uploaded 2 gaming videos
Mm-hmm.
since we last recorded. Who would have thought in the year 2023? And we only recorded a week ago as well. And we've already
Yeah,
had
it
2
was
gaming channel
barely like
videos.
do gaming channel videos, and so funnily enough, we've had an AmazingPhil video just
Yeah,
a few minutes ago, literally just
like
before
literally
we
half an
decided
hour
to
ago.
record.
Which I think we just said is like the second or third time that Phil has done that. So maybe we have like the same schedule as Phil. I think that's what is going on.
Maybe, yeah. I'm kind of, I mean, and like, I mean, we watched it before we recorded. It was a great video, some great like pants, horrible jokes, good Dan
Terrible
laughs.
jokes. Very excellent on
Yeah.
laughs, which we were talking about before the podcast.
Yes, we were. I need to tell you, like, there's this specific giggle that I loved, and I need to go back and watch it and tell everyone about it. So look forward to that on my Twitter. Some Dan love, for once.
I mean, for once. She doesn't hate him. She does love him, we promise.
I, I do. I really do, and especially now, like, I don't like we said, like, the energy is so great. It's just like, oh, I love Dan in this context.
Same. So yeah, we're living it up. We've got gaming channel videos left, right, and centre. AmazingPhil videos. There's content everywhere. We're drowning. Yeah. Exciting news as well.
Yeah.
I just remembered that I forgot to mention on last week's episode, which we hope you enjoyed, by
Ooh.
the way. A little AmazingPhil Games chat. I told Fizz after the episode and then remembered that I didn't talk about it when we were recording. So last week it was the 14th anniversary.
Oh yes, yeah. It's 19th October, 14 years of Dan and Phil.
14th of Fanimus, if you want to call it, the Faniversary, International Funny Day,
Yeah.
a whole host of names. I was telling Fizz, I'm just going to slip this in now, it can work, that I went to Manchester on the 14th anniversary to meet up with some fandom pals. I don't know if any of them listen to the
You did.
podcast, but if you do, hi. It was nice to hang out.
Hi. How was it? How was Manchester? What did you do? I mean, I already know what you did, but
You
please
do
tell
already know.
everyone what you did.
For the purposes of the podcast. It was fun. So we didn't actually look around Manchester because I didn't go until the evening, but we went to the infamous Sky Bar, the Sky Bar of Dan and Phil fame. We went for some drinks, and it was the fanciest place in the entire world. I felt very out of place. It was
I could tell
so
from the
posh.
pictures. Whoa.
It was so posh. It had this beautiful like views over Manchester, and like just the decor was really nice. We went up in like a whole lift. We had like there was a guy before we even got into the lift, like checking us in to make sure that.
That's how you know. That's how you know it's fancy.
And Dan and Phil went there in 2009 wearing their skinny jeans and their emo fringes, and they somehow.
That plaid shirt. The shirts, like the jeans. I don't know how they were let in. Like, for what you
Honestly,
told me, like, I don't know.
it was
And they were
mad.
like sitting fancy like cocktails and stuff, and it's just like,
Yeah, there
how?
were lots of
How?
cocktails.
Yeah.
So I had some nice cocktails. We didn't splash out on a £2,000 bottle of champagne, but we did have some nice cocktails.
Right. Did you get like a fun cocktail?
Yeah, it was like a fruity pineapple one. I don't remember what else was in it, but it was very nice.
That's very fun of you to do that.
Yeah. And then we went back to our friend's Airbnb and watched a whole bunch of AmazingPhil videos, which was a really fun time.
That's like the best way to celebrate. I feel like you did like that's a really good
That's
anniversary.
how you celebrate Fannymas.
It's so true. I'm so glad you had a good, like an amazing Fanmas.
Did you have a nice Fannymas? Did you do anything exciting for Fannymas?
I I actually did. Like I did rewatch a lot of Danville videos. Not the ones that we're covering because I don't want to, but I did watch a lot of gaming videos. And I just
Nice.
felt very comforted by them. Yeah, it was great.
And we hope
Good
all our listeners
tradition
had
that
a
we have.
lovely Fannymas as well.
Yes, we hope we
And
had.
many Fanny New Year.
Sure.
There's something in there. We'll workshop it for next year.
Yeah. Anyway.
Back in time, in 2009, let's jump forward in time a tiny little bit and go to 2011. Fizz, would you like to tell the
2011.
listeners what video we're going to be talking about today if they haven't already read the title?
Yes, for those who haven't read the title, the video we're talking about today is an AmazingPhil video. It's called "How to Make Christmas Cookies."
Nice,
So
seasonally
obviously,
appropriate for November.
for, for November, we just had spooky month, and now we're getting ready for Christmas. I think it's very appropriate. Um, while you're listening to this, it is the 24th of October, so we haven't even had Halloween. Um, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We're in the festive season now. So it was uploaded on December 22nd, 2011, and I think this is the last main channel joint content of the year, which is very exciting.
I imagine it would
Um,
be, yeah,
yeah.
because they wouldn't have been together for Christmas. Sad. So I have a few little bits of information regarding the video and its history. So they filmed this on the
Hmm.
20th of December. So literally like 2 days before Phil uploaded it. So a very quick turnaround.
Yeah. 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 He opened an advent calendar, so that's how we know, right?
Yeah, oh, I did not even clock that. I literally went back through tweets to find when he posted about that. Wow. I did watch the video, I promise. I did watch it.
Are you sure?
I just zone out when Phil talks. That's just who I am. That was a joke. That was obviously a joke. I love Phil and I love hearing
Please.
him chat.
Yes, yes.
So filmed at the 20th of December. Funny enough, it was filmed at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And for some reason that just feels
Oh,
weird to me. Like, why did they not film this at 2 a.m.?
whoa. I would have thought because the kitchen looked so dark, so I was like, surely this is like
Yeah.
3 a.m. Yeah,
But
but
I
no.
think he tweeted, I took a screenshot. He tweeted, commencing my cookie baking. I have 5 colours of writing icing, going to be insane at like 12:40 p.m. in the afternoon.
Hmm, intriguing. Because if you do go and watch the video, it genuinely looks like it's so dark.
Yeah.
That could just be their lighting, but there's no like indication that it's daytime.
No.
Um, Also, the energy is also very unhinged, so you would assume it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Um,
Really bizarre.
but I guess that's,
And
yeah.
and then would you also like to see some other really sad news regarding this video? We have a tweet from Phil on the 21st of December at 2 a.m. So literally sort of that same evening after they
Hmm.
recorded it, saying, I filmed like 90 minutes of baking cookies. I have no idea how to even begin editing this. 90 minutes they filmed for Fizz, and we got 8 minutes of content.
Oh my god. What did
did
they
they
miss?
cut out?
Like,
How much did they cut
what did
out?
they...
What were
I
they
imagine, okay,
doing?
I imagine, I think some of it must have been like baking time, but they wouldn't have recorded baking
Yeah,
time. So
that
what?
would be a waste. So
Oh,
what were they doing? What were they doing for 90 minutes?
90 minutes, exactly. Like,
Like,
release
I feel
the
robbed.
unedited footage. Amazing Phil.
Honestly, I feel so robbed.
There could have been so much good content that he just cut out. They keep a lot of shit in these days because, I mean, why not? But back then, like, we just don't know with videos being so short, right?
Yeah, bizarre.
Bizarre. Weird.
And then I also, not on topic, I learned to get better at these segues, but also some other information regarding Dan and Phil at the time. I had a little Google search and I found out that Phil had around 188,000 subscribers at this time, and Dan had around 1,000 subscribers.
1,000?
Yeah. Not 1,000, 100,000.
1,000?
Oh my god, my brain is all over the place today. Imagine if we had 1,000 subscribers like 2 years after making his channel. I'd be so sad. Oh my god. Can you
I'm
tell
crying.
that the gaming channel revival energy is rubbing off on us?
Yeah, I think
It's a
we're
real
just...
thing.
It really is. We've been like very... The energy is very chaotic already. We've been recording for like 12 minutes. And we haven't even talked about the video yet, but
We haven't even talked about the video, but we can get into that now.
yeah. Um, First thing I know. Okay, so this video, I don't think this is a hashtag spawn. But he
No.
is. It is sort of like um, a. I don't even think it's like a collaboration. He says uh, it came from the makers of this movie called Chronicle,
Yeah.
and they posed a question for like people to make videos answering the question, "What are you capable of?" So people could put in video responses to Phil's video answering that question, and then have a chance to be in a short film or something like that. Uh, and Phil decided that he wants to know if he's capable of baking, which is very fun because this is his first ever proper baking video.
Yeah. So we've had the pancakes one, but I'd maybe class
Mm.
this as like the first official baking video.
Because it involves like an oven, so it's baking. I think
Yeah.
pancake is more cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And we begin the video with the iconic slide into camera and then bumping into one another, which is a little bit that they keep in for lots of their baking videos.
Yes, a lot of like for the first baking video, this is like you immediately catch so many bits that they've kept, and we'll go through them. But this one, yeah, I didn't even catch that. I was like, oh yeah, cute. But they actually do it for almost all of the baking videos
Yeah,
following this one.
which is very
Yeah,
cute, very nice,
and
very wholesome.
very cute,
And
very
another running
wholesome.
thing of not just baking videos, but videos in general is Dan's jeans just not working properly, just full
There's no
pants
belt
on show.
either.
It's awful.
There's no belt.
And they get lower during the video as well. I'm 100% sure that they do. And I'm like, why aren't they just like round his ankles at this point?
Maybe that's like all the footage that's been cut, just himself like trying to pull it up and then it just going
Oh,
down.
he wasn't doing a very good job.
No, he. I was like, I noticed it immediately, and I was like, he's not even wearing a belt. Perhaps you do that. I don't know.
Awful.
Um,
I was just so distressed looking at it. I'm like, I don't want to see all of your underwear. Like, pull them up. Pull the jeans up.
one. I wanted to bring up one thing. Okay, his jeans suck. His top 10 on 10, one of my favorite Dan tops. It's very
Oh,
iconic. He
oh,
wears it a lot
oh.
in that era.
Oh dear, Fizz, I think we're going to
I
be having
lo-
some arguments on the podcast today.
No! Why?
That is
I
my
thought you would
least
like this
favourite Dan
top.
top. Oh, it's awful. It's so bad. I hate the neck. My we can get into this now. We've our new little segment of outfit reviewing, but this is like a minus 300 out of 10 for me. This is awful, horrible t-shirt. Ugh. I hate the neck.
Oh
It
my
looks
god, you would
awful.
say that.
It does nothing for him. It looks so bad. I just hate the fit of it. And I think it's an All Saints top as well. And I'm like, no. It's just
Uh,
awful. Terrible.
uh, Whoa, I did not think
No.
we've never had an argument
And
like
this
this
is our first
ever.
one.
This is our first one.
This is our first one.
I think it does. See, okay, I don't love the neck, and but I do like I like the fit of it in this video at least. I like how he looks in it. I think.
I can
Um,
see that. I just don't like it as an item of clothing. I think it looks ugly. Sorry,
I
Dan.
don't think it's one of his it, it's fine. He knows he's made choices that are worse. That's what I'm saying. Like I think he has worse outfits and like pieces.
Yeah, I can see
Um,
that.
yeah, and this isn't like one of. Did I say in the beginning that it's one of my favorites? I think it's a very. I was very like happy to see it because I was like, oh, I'd forgotten about this one, and I remember
I think it's like a
seeing it.
staple of Dan in like this
Hmm.
time because I'm pretty sure he wears this in pin off, doesn't he? The first one. Am I remembering correctly?
Spinoff. Spinoff was the wolf, not wolf. The tank top.
No, the
Are you
first
talking
pin
about that one?
off.
Oh no, I don't think it was this one. I don't think he would have had like an all saints top at that point.
I don't
Am
know.
I
He
wrong?
definitely maybe I'm getting confused. I think I'm gonna have to Google this now. I feel like a fake pin off fan for not knowing what top he wears in that first pin
Charlotte.
off. I think it's something very similar.
He barely shows anything but his face in that video, to be fair. Like, he's just in the corner of the frame at every single point. Um,
No, it is,
oh
or
my
it's
god.
one very similar
It
at least.
That also makes sense to me, just him having similar tops. I think this is something that he was very comfortable wearing.
Anyway, I don't like it. Fizz does. Podcast over.
Yeah,
It was nice listening, guys.
over.
Hope you
Friendship
enjoyed
over,
it.
podcast over.
We made it 15 episodes in. We won't be filming any more recorded. We won't any more episodes.
Yep. Yep. Bye.
No, when we get to the good Dan
No.
tops, then you will hear from me, and I will be here speaking loud and clear.
Alright. I hope we
But this
agree
is
on
not
more
a good one.
stuff. Fair enough. I will concede.
Okay.
Back to the video.
The hair is awful.
The
It's so blocky. It's so long. I don't like the long hair.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to
It
give it a
continues
little
to
trim.
get. They are not getting that until way later. Like I
Way,
think the hair is about
way
to get
later.
blockier. Yeah,
But then Dan has that
unfortunately.
really drastic short cut, like the next year, because it's really short in pin off 4.
Yeah, I think Dan's especially is like really he shortens it a lot, but Phil like continues to have it a bit blocky. But I don't know why it looks better in the next year, and this one is just like awful.
Yeah. There are things we like about this video, we promise. I feel like we've just talked about all the things we hate.
Sorry, we're in hater mode. Sorry. um. Wait, I need to talk about something else I hate.
Okay, we'll get all the hate out the way, and then we can move on to the good stuff.
It's in the video. I'm not just like this is not like me. He's Dan says Delia Smith is taking Phil's baking virginity,
Yeah?
and I think that's just the worst thing. Like one of the worst things he's ever said. Please don't say that. And he says
But
placenta cookie in this video,
he does
so
say placenta cookie. That's gross. That's a minus
that's
300 out
gross.
of 10 from me.
Yeah, same. I can agree with that one.
Yeah, but we do get Delia Smith's glorious return into the Dan and Phil baking universe.
Yes, she's
And
back.
she will then become
And
a
she will.
staple. And she's better than ever.
Yeah, she's back and she's better than ever. And she is like a staple for a while in Danville baking
She
and
is,
like
yeah.
Dan
She sticks
brand.
around. And Dan Law.
Mm-hmm. I think it would have been great for them to meet her at some point. Wait, is Lydia still alive? Do we? I don't
I
know
think
her
so.
like that.
Imagine if this is how we find out. I'm pretty sure she's still alive. Am I going to have to Google this
Uh,
now? Is Delia Smith alive? Is this what the podcast has come to? Delia Smith. I think I would have heard if she'd died.
I think we would. I think Dan would
Oh,
make a
yeah,
joke
she's
about
still
it.
going. She's still going.
Okay, that's great. That's great. God. Anyway, they're
God
making her
bless.
cookies. That's God bless. That's what this is.
Maybe. I've just Googled. Delia Smith is a Gemini. Maybe that's why Dan loves her so much.
Oh my God, yeah. Maybe she's a Gemini bestie. So am I.
Oh my god, you can all be Gemini besties together. Her birthday is literally like 7 days after Dan's.
You know what's funny? Dan's birthday is 7 days after mine, and Delia's is 7 days
Oh my
after.
god. Conspiracy? Wow. That's so funny. I feel like Dan does need to meet her now. After all these years, it'd be very like poignant.
That's what I'm saying. I think he should do like a baking video with her or something.
Oh, that'd be so good. I'm
Right?
surprised they didn't do that, to be honest. Like in their prime, like I feel like that would have been a really good spawn. I bet she wouldn't have done it though. She doesn't even know who he is. I bet.
At that point, yeah. But I don't know how relevant she is right now. I
I
mean,
haven't
I'm
seen her
sure she's like a
around.
legend, but yeah,
If
that's
anyone
why I
has
was
any Delia
doubting.
Smith contacts, please contact her and ask her to do a baking video with Dan and Phil.
Please, like, please, thanks. Um, yeah. Should we talk about the fucking video? I'm
Yeah,
like,
let's talk about the
we
video.
haven't really.
Okay, baking video. They start baking. They get the flour. I don't know if you picked up on the flour in the hairdryer reference that they made.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
From the
Phriends 2,
hairdryer.
our epic prank off episode.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Love
Please do
that.
listen.
Phil's clearly
Mm-hmm.
traumatized by flour.
Clearly, at this point, he's not over it. It's been like maybe a few weeks since that.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
And then speaking of trauma, the whisk that Dan uses.
He has no idea what's to come.
He's so innocent at this point, unknown to the trauma that
Yeah.
will come to him in like 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years, when he meets Tyler Oakley. God. That was a funny bit though, like he made the whisk his hand. That was funny.
It was very funny. He's so weird. I really liked that bit. He was just really stupid.
Mm. Also, the way they list the ingredients is also something that has stuck around with every baking video that they
Yes. Oh
make.
my god, you're right.
Little shit, right?
And like doing it really
And one of the
weirdly, yeah.
they don't just like list the ingredients; they say something along with it. Um, I think an inside joke that they brought into the videos is calling eggs a chicken fetus because they say it in this one, but I remember them saying it in another baking video in the future. That's disgusting. That's a bad joke, and I hate that they said that. But
Yeah.
they also hate that they say it.
Another thing I think that is really iconic about this video is all of the songs that they sing in this. In the famous Dan and Phil album, a lot of the songs come from this video. And so many of
Yes,
them are little tiny earworms in my head that I will never forget for as long as I live.
yes. They actually like reference the album. They're like, we've come up with an entire full length album now.
Yeah. There
But
were just
yeah,
so many
same.
iconic
Like
bops.
little such as.
Egg,
Yeah.
egg, egg. It's the king of all yolks.
Oh
Delia,
yeah.
you're the one for me. Breakfast bar stool. It's a breakfast bar stool.
Breakfast all
Just so many good
like
ones.
number one
Really good
hits,
songs.
in our bedrooms in 2011. Like honestly,
Honestly, yeah.
um, they're so like self-aware of their brand, and they're like, oh, this is like a little thing that we can do, and like, I don't know, I love being a part of their bits, and like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like we're all one big happy family.
yeah.
I want to speak about a little specific bit that I really liked is the bit where they're about to put the egg in the bowl, and Phil starts like throwing it and then nearly drops it. And there's this bit where Dan like scolds him and says, Phil, in this like such a specific tone that I feel like is definitely reminiscent of like sort of a current Dan and Phil. Like I'm trying to think, sort of pick like a ballpark year, maybe sort of like 2018 up to like now, of how
Mm,
Phil will do something or like say something, and Dan will like scold him in this like specific tone of saying his name, and it's just so
he
weird that
was,
it's like things are still the same. Like even back then, like you could see these
yeah,
little things like creeping through. I don't know if you remember that bit in the
yeah.
video.
I do. I have like I just wrote up point just like, oh, he didn't drop the egg, stop being mean or whatever. But I do remember that. I watched, uh, like I did actually watch something that is joint content on Fanimus, and that was the Day in the Life festive edition. Sorry,
Nice.
but but in that, when they were wrapping presents, Dan like criticizes the way Phil wraps presents, and he is like, Phil, in that same
Yeah,
tone.
it's such a
So you're
specific
right. You're right.
tone that like, how he says it, like you can just hear it and you know exactly what he's saying with the way he says it.
Yeah, and it doesn't even sound like Phil. He just goes like Phil, and it becomes like a
Yeah.
W. So like Phil. You can probably find compilations of him doing that. Honest, like
Oh, there must be
if you,
compilations somewhere. Yeah.
mm, because he would do it a lot on the gaming channel, and I'm looking forward to more of it in the new era.
Yes. Yes. More content, please.
More content. I love that they in this new film video. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. They were like, it's gonna be barely gaming. It's like Daniel Clown channel, and
Honestly,
I'm so
that's a perfect
grateful.
description.
I'm so grateful. Yeah. As we established in the last episode, we are not gamer girls, so I think this is
We're not
content
gamer
perfect for
girls.
us.
We're here for the bants.
We're here for them being clowns. How do they get flour everywhere?
I have no idea, but I wrote a
No.
note that just saying the chaotic baking energy is just off the charts in this video. Dan is completely unhinged. He goes to attack Phil with a rolling pin. Like he's messing about with just everything. He does that whole like
Hmm.
lubricate joke when he's putting the butter on the
Hmm.
paper. Just
Hmm.
absolutely unnecessary.
He says the funniest thing. I think he was rolling the dough
Hmm.
with the rolling pin, and he's like,
Oh
"This
yeah,
would look better if I had cleavage. This would look better if I had cleavage."
I mean he's right. It would.
He's right. One of his better jokes, really, really good. I like that the format of this baking video has like pretty much remained the same, and I never noticed it while like over the years I've never really noticed that, but it really has stayed the same. Like the way they do the ingredients, the way they, I don't know, like do the baking actually, and then while it's baking, they do like silly little dances in between.
Yeah.
Um, Nothing's
Which I
changed
wonder
basically
if
that
like
way.
is that a conscious thing or is it just like are
Hmm.
they thinking about that or are they just doing it and then it's like oh it's the same as what we did in the last baking video.
Same. I do really want to know because it comes out so naturally, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Like I know that they don't sit and script it and like say right we're gonna say the ingredients like this and then we'll do this while we're doing that
mm,
and then we'll say this joke and then
mm.
we'll do that, but it's interesting that there is this like formula that even all the way back in like 2011, you can still see that starting to come through.
Mm. I think the most, I don't know what they do for joint content, but I know for their like solo content, they do bullet points and stuff, but this is so, like, they clearly come up with stuff on the spot.
They do not
So,
script joint content whatsoever. It's fully just let's turn the camera on and see what happens.
see what happens, yeah.
Literally. So we did speak a lot about the things that we hated at the start of the video, but one thing I did like was I thought that their cutting skills of the cookies was actually quite good. Would
Their
you
skills
agree?
with the cookies?
Their cutting skills.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, actually, yeah, I did. They did.
The fact they did that
Um,
freehand and didn't have like a cookie cutter or anything, and they just did it
that's
freehand with a
that's true.
knife.
That's true. Yeah, they didn't
I'm
use any
impressed.
sort of cookie cutters. I am too. The only one that I wasn't impressed by was like the llama, but like how I wouldn't be able to do it, so I'm
Yeah.
impressed that he attempted it at all.
And I
But
would
you're
like to
right. I
preface
love
that I'm
the.
impressed for them, and this is good for them. Not as like
Mm,
a whole, but this is good for them.
this is, yeah, that's important. Um, yeah, I really love their. I think there was a gingerbread or maybe a Christmas
A
tree.
gnome, a
Uh,
snowman, we had a Christmas tree. The caterpillar was really good.
it was really good.
The
Uh,
D and the
it
P.
wasn't like edgy. The D and the P were good.
The
Um,
placenta cookie that we don't
what?
want to talk about.
Yeah, no. We don't. That's fine. Mm-mm.
What I will talk about with that though is, what I will
Mm-hmm.
talk about with that is though that Dan fed it to Phil, which again becomes another little thing that they do in their baking videos. Dan like feeding Phil food.
That's true. I think that like must come from real life stuff. I think like when they're
Yeah.
trying
Oh
shit
yeah,
out,
yeah.
they're like here. Yeah, that's so like it's a very like domestic thing that you like. When you live with your bestie, it just happens. I think. Don't laugh. I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, we all know this. One thing I think this just reminded me of the whole the texting video from last year when Dan was out and he got that donut and he texted a picture of it to Phil and Phil
Mm.
was like, "Oh my god, what if I ordered a donut too?" And like we both ate a donut at the same time. And then they tried to like
Yeah.
explain themselves and be like, when you live with someone, you just have to be in sync and want to eat the same foods. And like that's not a thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. I think that's just them being weirdos.
I do think that you can just say like we wanted to eat the same thing. Like don't they do this a lot? Like they over explain themselves to seem like less weird or whatever, and then it just becomes weirder, and it's just
My
crazy.
my favorite thing about them is that they like will explain something that they do as if it's like
Hmm.
the most normal thing ever that everybody does, and we're like, no, that's just you. Nobody else does that. I can't think of any specific examples, but like I know that they've done that where they've explained something that they do or like a ritual that
Yeah.
they have, and it's like, no, like that's just you. You're weirdos for doing that. Nobody else does that.
Ooh, I don't know if this is something that like nobody else does, but in the day in one of the day in the life, I think the festive one day, Dan was like, "Oh, we've started doing this thing where we get up at the same time and we watch like an anime and like do breakfast together
Yeah.
or
Wow.
something like that, like just to make sure." Like, I'm like, oh,
Revolutionary. No one's ever done that before. That's what
all
they do
right.
daily.
Why are you like, interesting? Why are you telling us this?
It's so funny because they will do it. They have done
Oh,
that like a few times where they're like, guys, yeah, like we do this and it's so unique to us. And it's like, no, it's not.
mm,
Or like it will
no,
be
it's really
something
not.
that they think is normal and we're like, no, you're weird. It's one or the other.
No, yeah, always like an extreme.
It was always an extreme with them.
Yeah, always.
And then the last
Uh,
thing I wanted to talk about was the little clip of Dan at the end with the Pikachu shoved down his top, and he like dances onto the screen
oh,
singing a song from, I think it's from Chicago?
wait, you know that? I thought it was just like a random
No, oh
like
my god, no,
Pikachu.
that's a musical theatre song.
Oh, the song. Oh, right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. I'm not musical. I know Chicago, but I don't know
No,
the music.
is it Chicago? I'm just
Ba-da-da-da,
googling it now.
ba-da-da-da. Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
Big Spender,
Ba-da-da-da.
which I think is from
Chicago?
Chicago. If it's not, then I know it's one like that. Oh,
Hmm.
Sweet Charity. Sorry,
Could it
Sweet
have been?
Charity. Not Chicago. Apologies to any musical
Oh,
theatre fans that were screaming at me then.
sorry. But no, I'm not like a musical girly. I just thought because he sang, he's he has sung this before, or like in a future video. Future video.
Yeah, I think he has.
Mm. But yeah, that is also really funny. I like their like post credits, like little bits that they do.
So yeah, that that was the video,
Hmm.
guys. It's a good one. I
Hmm.
feel like it's a solid baking video. It's got all of the ingredients, excuse the pun, to make up a good baking video from Dan and Phil.
For sure. Yeah, like solid baking video, solid joint content, like very rewatchable. Make sure like if you want to do like a festive season Danfil watched, make sure you watch that one. It was really, really
Yeah.
good.
I did have a look through some of the comments, and there were a few people that were like, I watch
Mm-hmm.
this every year at Christmas. This is like my tradition.
Oh,
So it is a well loved favourite amongst the fandom.
they do end their video with something that I thought we could like bring into our episode,
Okay.
which is how many Christmases out of 10 would you rate the cookies? Um, so I wanted to ask you how many Christmases out of 10 would you rate this video?
How many Christmases out of 10? I think like a 7.5. It's entertaining and it's good, but
Mm-hmm.
I think, like we've said a lot with this like old content, it's so off the time that like it's sort of hard to enjoy it now. And I'm just sort of like
Correct.
watching it for
Yeah.
what it is, if that makes sense.
Yes. No, that makes a lot of sense. I would give it an 8.
Yeah.
Kind of for the same reasons. Yeah, but I really like more than I think this is one of the videos I've enjoyed more from the ones that we've been watching. So
Oh,
like I was
definitely. Yeah.
laughing a lot. Like I was genuinely laughing a lot. Yeah. I wasn't cringing that much. It was just the beginning, like when we were. I mean, we spoke about everything that we didn't like, but just those like tiny, tiny moments.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I really, really like this video. So
Yeah.
8 on 10,
Excellent.
8.96. Mm.
I was going to ask as well. I don't know
Yay!
if you noticed anything, but watching this and then watching all of this new Dan and Phil Games content that we've had, like it's just
Mhm.
it's so jarring to see like this old Dan and Phil and then like this new Dan and Phil. And I know if you've listened to all these episodes, like we do mention this a lot, but it's just hard to even like fathom that they're like the same people. And
The same people,
the
yeah.
the Dan and Phil in this baking video are the same Dan and Phil that we've just watched play The Sims and play Heartthrob. Like they're just completely separate.
Yes, I would agree. I think so. I would agree, and I would say that I mean this video is very unhinged and chaotic, and Dinosaur Games right now is also very unhinged and chaotic. But you're right. Like there's such a difference between them. Um, in the like I don't know if we should. I mean, I guess we should attribute it to like them being out and being able to make jokes openly about being gay as opposed to like doing innuendos back in the day and then sort of just like like blowing past it and being like that was a weird thing you said anyway. Whereas now they like sort of stick it out and they're like, that was a really gay thing you just said because you're gay. I feel
Yeah.
like. Is that what you meant? Like, I don't.
Yeah, so that, and then I think obviously it's just a testament, like now, to obviously just how
Mm,
comfortable they are around one another, and that like there's truly no barriers. Like obviously they've been living together for what are we in, like 6 months at this point? No, not even that,
oh,
sort of
over
5
here? Yeah, yeah.
months.
They've been living together.
Yeah, in 2011.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, they've been living
Mm-hmm.
together for what, like 5-6 months nearly, and
Yeah.
obviously these new gaming videos they've been living together for 12 years. So there's
Yeah.
like there's truly like obviously they must have still been sort of holding back little bits of themselves in this baking video, and like you can sense that there's like they're still sort of figuring out how to be around one another compared to now. I just think it's mad, like wow, like people
Mm,
like it sounds so obvious that obviously they're completely different people and they've grown and they changed so much, but going like obviously what we're doing with this podcast, like going from watching
yeah.
a 2011 video to watching a 2023 video in the space of a week, it's just like completely polar opposites.
Yes. No, in that way, definitely, yeah, I agree. They are completely like you see them in that's what like they're in their first ever place together. They're also like very very young.
Yeah,
Um, they're they are just figuring things out in their lives, and right now they're home owners and they're like they have businesses together, and yeah, like and they're so comfortable with each other, and the way like the things they talk about, and then just like, well, you can't really imagine them younger saying these things, even off
yeah,
camera, I feel like. But yeah, that was how to make Christmas cookies.
yeah. I think that wraps up all of my thoughts, opinions, um, and dislike of Dan's clothes in that video.
Oh god.
Fizz, would you like to
Do
tell
you wanna?
myself and the audience what we're talking about next week? Next episode?
I'm so I'm so freaking excited. So the next video actually is going. They take a huge break from doing joint content.
Oh,
In
wow.
2012 because the next video that they do was filmed in March of 2012,
Wow.
and it is Day in the Life of Phil and Dan.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
You
told
can't
you it was
see,
gonna be
but
good.
I'm doing a little dance. I'm doing a little dance right now.
I'm so excited. When I saw that, I was like, already?
That's exciting. That is
Um,
very exciting.
hmm,
I
we're gonna
watched
have
this
so much
last
to
week as
say.
well with my funny
Same.
friends in Manchester. So I feel like we're going
It's
to have lots to
fresh
talk
in your mind.
about. It's fresh in my
Yeah,
mind. I love this video so much. Yeah.
it's everything. It is everything to me and to like everyone. I feel like.
Yeah.
So that's what the next episode is. Um, thank you for listening to this one,
Yeah. Thank you for listening to this one.
and
It was really fun. I enjoyed this one. It was a
it,
good chat.
yes, it was. I like talking, being in like I like talking and being a hater for like 10 minutes. Um, hopefully, I mean, no, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say about. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you next episode.
We'll see you next
Bye.
episode. Goodbye.
Bye.